Hello.
Hey guys, I'm here with
Claire
and
Jaya.
And today we're going to be asking Claire and Jaya some questions about the yoga training that's happening. Jaya is new, so if you want to just tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
My name is Jaya, and I've been teaching for 16 or so years in the Edmonton-Seattle area. And running teacher trainings is one of my passions because I think it allows people peace off the mat. I'm a mom of 4, and so I know how important it is to have these ancient practices really integrated into a modern lifestyle, and how it is that it can improve our relationships and intimacy with life. And I'm a long-term yogi and love moving, and I use moving as a way of bringing consciousness to life.
Wow.
Yeah. Do I have to go after her?
I'm going to ask you guys some speed questions. So we're going to try and answer these as fast and best as you can, okay? Are you ready?
Together?
What's your favorite hobby?
Learning. I like to learn.
Okay, what's something that no one knows about you?
Before I was a yoga teacher, I was a private investigator. So I always say I either investigated you or I taught you yoga.
If you could have dinner with 3 celebrities, dead or alive, who would it be?
So probably Steve Jobs, for sure. Apple. Oprah Winfrey, I just find her pretty inspirational. And probably Brene Brown.
Oh, that's a good one. Have you been to any concerts?
Oh yes, I worked for a record company for years, yeah.
And what was your favorite?
Probably actually Stevie Wonder. I was 8 when I went to Stevie Wonder, and that one was my first concert. Plus, I mean, seeing Stevie Wonder was phenomenal.
Do you have a nickname?
Yeah, my friends call me sometimes Belle, Claire, because it was like Clarabelle, and so they used to call me Clarabelle, Claire Bear, of course. And then obviously Newman from Seinfeld. Everyone always calls me Newman. I'm Newman.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Anything probably by the Go-Go's.
If a genie gave you one wish, what would it be?
Or to end world hunger.
Do you have a hidden talent?
I have many. I can juggle.
What's your favorite type of yoga to teach?
Probably just the gentle hatha restorative base. I just love when people can drop really deep into their body. So I like the slower practices for sure, yeah.
What's your party trick?
Usually juggling. Sometimes flying, like doing aerial yoga. They laugh pretty hard at that. They're always like, your legs are so strong. Depends how much rum we drink.
If you could be best friends with a celebrity, who would it be?
Someone really funny. I love funny people like Ryan Reynolds, Amy Schumer, someone who just like you can sit around a fire and just laugh all night long.
I could see Ryan Reynolds and being
Ryan,
friends.
he kills
and same
me.
with Blake too. Like you and Blake maybe act a little similar.
I don't know. I mean,
Oh, she doesn't.
I'd rather just be Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, Jaya, your turn. What's your favorite hobby?
I would actually say dancing.
And what's something no one knows about you?
How much I psychotically love Christmas. So it's like I think I'm like,
What's your favorite store?
I was gonna say Shoppers Drug Mart, probably. So I can get my salts, I can get my candles. If I need a prescription.
You can have 3 celebrities at dinner, who would they be?
Maybe Jesus. Dave Matthew, Dave Letterman.
Have you been to any concerts before?
Yes.
And what's your favorite concert you've been to?
Probably David Bowie. That was really good.
Do you have a nickname?
Not really, no.
Her name's so cool. She doesn't need one.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom. Like if my son's yelling at the door, Jaya. I'm like,
What's your go-to karaoke song?
I'm gonna say "Stay" by Rihanna.
Oh, that's a good answer. Okay, go. If a genie gave you one wish, what would it be?
I would wish for, I think, for everyone to have solid compassion.
Okay, do you have a hidden talent?
I would say dancing.
She can thread the needle.
Talk a little bit about the training that's going to be happening that you guys are doing. So how long have you two been teaching?
I've been teaching 17 years, around the same time. We've been teaching.
About a year less.
Yeah.
What does this program entail?
So Jaya and I will be offering a yoga teacher training here. It's the 200-hour Yoga Alliance training. So it's going to start in March. It runs until the end of June. We are 2 evenings every week and then 1 intensive weekend. So very manageable. The classes start after 5:30. Jaya will be teaching one of the weekly sessions. I will be teaching the other. It's the sort of the basic yoga teacher training to become a yoga teacher. I teach mostly the yoga asana, so the postures, the modifications, the benefit, how to teach sort of all levels, and especially with people with injuries. And then Jaya runs the very beautiful portion of history, philosophy, guided meditation. Whole sort of philosophy for this training is just to, like Jaya said earlier, bring people, the practice off of the mat and in giving tools and techniques that are going to help to navigate sometimes this really challenging world.
That leads me to my next question. So what do you get after you're done this training?
Well, yeah, it's a good question because, fundamentally you get your 200 hours sort of YTT certifications. That's recognized across the world. So we're registered with Yoga Alliance. And so, you can go into any space and have that credential and have it recognized. But more so, I think, what you're receiving is the benefit of, two women who have spent their whole adult lives exploring this and exploring it in the context of a modern world and how to confront, very real problems without idealism, right? How do we just really, really let the divine and the human be one instead of these are my human moments? They're both. So how to really, really celebrate yourself and really how to go and live as authentically as possible. I think that's what we're really offering.
Why Vikara Yoga and what's its meaning?
I think Claire had proposed the name, and in Sanskrit it means transformation. I think that speaks to the heart of the alchemical work that we're doing, right? Because we're taking the difficult stuff of our lives and really turning towards it and asking ourselves to enter it. That's the only way something gets transformed. You can't take pain and make it into pleasure without turning towards it. And so giving all the tools to really transform. So not that you're somebody other than who you were when you began the training, but that you're the you that you are under all the other things. So it's a revelation and a transformation, and I think that's how we approach yoga.
I just show people where the hamstrings are. Jaya speaks to the hamstrings. There's a difference. That's why we run this training together. We are very different teachers, which is also why we connect so well together. It's like poetry when she's on her mat. She just brings you to this completely different level. So that's why, we're very different, and we wanted to bring a training together that also showcased the differences, because teaching yoga isn't necessarily about teaching all the same way and the same styles. This is about bringing something very individual to every single class. The fact that we're so different but we work so well together also shows, so many other opportunities and ways to teach yoga.
Right, it's just different languages or something, right? That are both so necessary because one without the other counterpart unbalances the whole thing, right? It's you absolutely have to be in the body and then utilize the body as that metaphor. It has to be both.
Okay.
So that's Vikara Yoga.
Most typical student or someone that would be interested in taking this type of training?
Oh boy, that's a good one. The training is really open to anyone that wants to learn more about yoga. Some people take the training to become yoga teachers, yes, but I think that the majority of people actually take yoga teacher trainings for more self-development. And that's where I think we like to take the training, is again, taking these tools and techniques from the mat into our everyday life. Anyone that's looking to really deepen their life in ways.
In that, I think that we've had all different varieties of people entering at different ages and stages. And really, because it's so comprehensive at this level, it's able to feed a variety of people depending on what they want. And certainly many people go on to teach, so it's both.
How do you sign up?
You can actually sign up through the front desk. You can sign up and register with Sturgeon Valley on their website, or calling the amazing Gina, and she will tell you more.
You gain from this experience, because I'm sure you guys have learned a lot in yoga too.
Where do we start? I always say that yoga, I think, has saved my life a million times. Not just the practice, the physical practice, but just all of what I know, especially as I even mother, and guide my children. As a student of yoga, I think it's just taught me how to navigate my life in a very centered, calming way. Students can expect and gain is hopefully that. I hope that they receive the same, that they have the same love and guidance and practice, and they see the same things that I think that yoga teaches really all of us. And it's so individual. I think people take what they want out of a training that's very different.
Absolutely, it saved my life over and over and over again. Because I think at its heart, it develops a relationship with yourself in which you can trust. All of our imperfections around that, but when you have that stability, it's, you're centered amidst whatever is going on. You don't have to go somewhere to get centered. It's in you amidst all circumstances. And you have that relationship with your own heart. And that's unbreakable. So that's a real gift. And there's all kinds of amazing physical benefits.
What makes your guys' training so unique?
There's quite a few things. I think the differences in approach between Claire and I is an enormous thing, because you get the heart of both, rather than a training being focused on one or the other. The real physical, practical stuff that we do not want to bypass, and then the real energetic, emotional stuff that we also don't want to bypass. I think the structure of it is different than any other training as well. It's really an integrative, intensive in a way. It's it's a little bit longer, but you're not going 1 month without contact. You have enough contact every week. And so there's a lot of sort of individual mentorship that can come out of that.
The other one is just, I like to think it's just kind of more of a realistic modern program. I always felt like sometimes, you know, when you travel and you go on these sort of spiritual quests, it makes it really hard to come back to this space where, you know, we have children and we have relationships and we have aging parents and, you know, we're homeowners. And so I like to think of yoga, like I think it's more accessible when it's more modern and more realistic to where we are and the population that we're teaching. We've been students for over 20 years, but teachers for 17. And so we make sure that we're, you know, honoring yoga and the philosophy of yoga, but also being very cautious and careful of appropriation.
So many different flavors we can offer people.
Well, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you all soon.
Yeah, if you ever see Jaya and I, please stop us and ask any questions if you have any. We're happy to answer. We'll be seeing Jaya teaching some classes here, so you have to get to her classes. They are unbelievable and it'll just like melt you on your mat. So
Lower the expectations.
check her out. Thanks, Gina.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.